welcome back everybody to Sure It'll Be Grand. It's been an age or two, but life happens that way. Welcome back to a podcast about two Irish Egypts, giving you the two Irish Egypt opinions about movies, mostly, and once in a while, social injustices that leak into us talking about movies. I think that seems to be the mix of what we talk about these days.
We give the people a bit of everything here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Anyway, it's myself, Daniel, and himself, Owen.
Hello, I'm here.
Yes, he's here, and so we're going to be reviewing.
I am
movies.
here.
It's been a while. I'm trying to get into gear. Like I have two things going on. Bro.
I think I just shouted a fucking. What's that anime called? My Hero Academia. Isn't that what he says in it?
I'm not sure.
I am here. No.
Oh, I'm here.
What's
Don't
his name?
worry, I'm here. All Might.
All Might. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I think.
And you know what, buddy? The reason I know it's All Might is because you made me, and we're not sponsored by a steel plate poster company. But I have All Might on like one of those metal poster things that bought me
I forgot about that.
It's pretty cool. Actually, and ironically, I have a Mario one as well, which segues us beautifully into the movie we're reviewing today, the D&D movie. No,
yes.
Wait, no, that's later on. Yeah, anyway,
Super
the Mario
Dungeons
movie.
and Marios or something. That's what we're doing.
Yes, we're reviewing the Mario movie. I guess we'll tell people a little bit about our experience with Mario. I have suckled off the tit of Mario since I started playing video games. I have enjoyed every single Mario game I've ever played, and it's deep and fondly enrooted in my heart. Hey, Owen, what do you think of Mario?
Who is Mario, really?
He's a person who jumps around.
My experience, the breadth of my experience with Mario games is I played one of them on a console. The Super Nintendo. Which one was that? No, the first one. Not 64, the one before that.
The NES, are you thinking of the SNES?
The SNES, probably. I played one of them on that when I was a kid.
Okay. So that was probably 3 or something, was it? Or World?
I'm not sure. I played Super Mario Brothers 2, I think, on the Game Boy.
Game Boy Advance as well, yeah.
And then I had, for some reason, the Wario game on the Game Boy Advance.
I know why you had that, because you were given that by your cousins next door.
Was I? Well, I had that one for some reason. I played it briefly.
I heard a lot.
That's about it.
A lot of people like the Wario games. I never really dipped my toes into it because I know I like Mario, and Wario's the bad guy. I don't like Wario because he's bad.
That's his thing, right? He's the bad guy.
Well, he's not. He was the bad guy.
Anti-Mario.
And now he's more like the you little weirdo guy. You know, he's kind of like a. I don't want to say anti-hero because I hate the phrase now. It's everywhere. But no, Wario's like, he gets stuff for himself, but I think he can be like pulled in to do the right thing. Which I wonder if we're going to get a Wario movie coming up now, or like Wario's going to show up. Sure, he has to.
Well, on the very short list of things they didn't reference from Super Mario on this one.
True.
Wario and Waluigi are on that very short list. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess. Look, we'll just talk a little bit about like who's directing and all this kind of stuff. Directors is Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelenic, and Pierre Leduc. Do you know any of these?
Horvath and Jelenic did Teen Titans Go, and the Teen Titans Go.
Very popular. It is actually quite popular. I know people.
It's funny. I like it. A lot of people hate it just
yeah.
because it isn't the original Teen Titans cartoon.
Yeah.
But it's funny, and they did their first movie, and I think maybe the only thing they had done before they did this was the Teen Titans Go to the movie.
All right, which I hear are also quite good.
Quite good. It's one of those like, it's fairly fourth wall-y in terms of a cartoon. Like it's very self-referential, and I'm pretty sure it ends with the Teen Titans going to a movie studio. And stuff like that. I honestly, it didn't really stick in my brain too much, but I watched it and I remember thinking that was fun. which is the same of the TV show itself. It's fun. It's good fun.
Yeah.
And this movie I thought was good fun. So they're fun. Fun guys.
Matthew Fogel has written for it. I feel like they probably picked, a person who's, it's an Illumination movie. He's written Minions: The Rise of Gru, the second Lego movie, and Big Mama's Like Father, Like Son. I did not know that exists. In 2011, apparently, there was a Big Mama movie that I clearly ignored with all my soul.
Like Eddie Murphy?
Let me
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. Yeah,
Sorry,
Martin Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
No idea.
There was a lot of black comedians dressing up as big fat black women back in the day. So I think, it all kind of tumbles together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Anyway. So, some fairly biggish names around here. Chris Pratt has Mario for some reason. Anyway, we have Anya Taylor-Joy, who I think was cloned and made to play the actual 3D mesh of Princess Peach.
I think she's live action in the movie.
Yeah, I think, like, if you look really close, you can see like a little green screen line around her edges, because she's literally Princess Peach, like the model for it. It's crazy. Charlie Day, who played Luigi, who was completely wasted altogether because he was in the movie for like 5 minutes. Jack Black, who played Bowser, who is now going to maybe get huge awards for singing Peaches quite loudly, and I love it. I love it.
Inspired casting choice, I will say.
Oh yeah, he's awesome as Bowser. Absolutely, yeah. People who are worried about Charles Martinet, who was the original voice of Mario, not getting a look in. He is in this. He plays two characters, from what I can tell. At the beginning of the movie, like after Mario and Luigi showed their ad about the new plumbing business, they were, is the accent a bit much? And Charles Martinet, one of his characters, turns around after playing like Jumpman on the arcade machine, goes, "I don't think so. Woohoo!"
Yeah,
That's
he's just random guy in Brooklyn who speaks exactly like Mario.
yeah, but he's also dressed as Jumpman and all this kind of stuff. And then I believe he also plays Mario's brother. Dad. Brother would be Luigi. I was about to say mother, so no, it's not mother, it's brother. Oh no. And then we have Keegan Michael Key playing Toad. He played a very squeaky voiced person quite well as a squeaky voiced person. Yeah.
Of all of them, I did not like. I knew going into it that he was in it, and I think I completely forgot while I was watching it that was him voicing Toad.
Yeah.
He did most of like, I'm doing a voice for this kind of work, like, I guess.
Yeah. I also found Donkey Kong was really unlikable, and that's nothing down to Seth Rogen, but the laugh came up. There was a lot of meta stuff in this movie about what actors played these characters. Like even Mario waking up in the morning and they had the Blue Skies playing, which is from the Rise of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So there's like a lot like, hey, guess who? We had actors playing these characters. Woohoo! It's just like, all right. Oh, are you going to give Jack Black like a musical thing? Oh, of course you were. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That was going to happen. But yeah, should we just get into the movie itself?
Sure. One just honorable mention amongst the cast that I didn't notice at all until afterwards. John DiMaggio voiced one of Mario and Luigi's uncles at the dinner table.
It was probably the dickhead, was it?
John DiMaggio. Well, yeah, John DiMaggio, who voiced Bender in Futurama, and is not coming back for the new Futurama stuff because of money.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Because look, I love Futurama, but like, don't turn into The Simpsons. Let it like be finished. It came back already like 4 times. Let it be a great show you can go back to. You know?
I mean, I think his reasons are because they're not paying him enough money. But
good for him as well. No,
whatever.
Fair play. No, we were there.
Yeah, John DiMaggio was there, so I thought that was cool. And also, I thought Spike, the Wrecking Crew guy, for some reason, I thought that was Bradley Cooper for a hot minute. It's not. Not at all.
There is a bit. Do you think it's the glasses? There's a bit of Bradley Cooper glasses going on there.
I could hear it. He spoke, and I was like, "Is that Bradley? It's Bradley Cooper?" And I was convinced for most of the film that it was Bradley Cooper, not Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Oh well. Yes, let's do it. Let's dive in.
Right, yeah, let's dive in. Okay, just before we get into this, did this movie feel weirdly cut to you? Like it went from scene to scene? Like there was, I don't mean like, oh, this feeling of something missing. Like it was like mid-sound, mid-scene, was just cut to another thing where like, is there something damaged about like this file of the cinema that we're like skipping? Especially at the beginning when we see like Bowser invading the Penguin Kingdom. It just kind of flicked really quickly in between musical notes. And I'm just like, okay.
I can't say I noticed, to be honest. It's
Okay.
like it's super fucking short. Like it's not even 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like
And
76 minutes long or something. There's not much. So it's kind of like it's very like fucking flat out for most of the runtime is like constant fucking wild colors and shit all over the place.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's a nightmare for certain people. But no, I don't know. I didn't really notice more. I think their needle drops were awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they did like they integrated the game soundtrack pretty well, I thought, for the most part.
Yeah.
But they kept doing these like Aha would come on and like Thunderstruck and all this kind of stuff, and it felt.
Take on Me was played when they went into the Donkey Kong fight.
Yeah, and they fucked up the meme.
No, but no, hold on. Like, why? What does Take on Me have to do
Nothing.
with that?
Doesn't have anything to do with anything. But they do you know the TikTok of Take on Me with that girl with the weird glasses on?
No.
It's a big meme. It was like a super viral, not TikTok, sorry, Vine, like years ago.
Man, I have terrible news for you. I'm 32.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Vine.
I'm
I'm talking about like fucking 8 years ago. Like it's not like a recent thing.
Yeah.
It was ages ago,
Okay.
and it was like, it's literally just like like Take on Me starts. You know, like the intro to it, and then that bit where it goes, "Blue," does that thing, and when that happens, she like turns to the camera and she's wearing like really weird sunglasses and she's doing like a boppy dance. They tried to do it in this when fucking whichever Kong that was. Like
Which one? The Funky Kong.
Is that his name? The guy who meets them at the gate.
Yeah, Funky Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do it with him. So when he he puts on the glasses, but they timed it wrong. They he puts the glasses on and then the camera zooms it out and then it makes the noise and it's supposed to be. It was just like, I don't know. I remember going.
So hold on. Why are they doing memes from 8 years ago?
I don't know.
For children who were not alive 8 years ago.
I don't know.
Because this is still primarily a kids movie. Like
maybe they weren't trying to do the meme, but that's all I could think of when I heard the song.
Okay. All right. Look, let's get into the story.
Yes.
Of this movie. Sure. Okay, so Mario and Luigi are plumbers in the Bronx. They just left their boss at their own company. They have a fun little ad. Fun fact, the lady that's in the ad was the original voice of Peach as in Princess Toadstool in the original cartoons. So that was nice. Like, again, it's a reference. This movie's just references. I want to say that story. There isn't. It's references. Look at this. Look at this. That's all this movie is. There's nothing else to it. All right. I'm sorry. Anyway, they made.
I didn't get most of them. I'd imagine, to be honest.
Yeah. They made an ad on television. They do like the Mario voice. They're not doing really well at all. The father mocks Mario and tells him a stupid idea. You're pulling your brother down. And Mario's. We get a really deep kind of, well, not deep, a very obvious sort of connection that Mario and Luigi are like the closest brothers can be, to the point where you think,
Mario and Luigi gonna fuck? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
What you're saying?
Like, I'm just saying, like, they're very, very close, all right? Super close, right?
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
What age are they?
They're meant to be about 25, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're twins as well.
What?
Yeah,
No, they're not.
I found this about like 5 years ago, and it shocked me to my deepest
They're not
core.
twins in the movie, though.
I think they are.
Mario keeps calling Luigi his little brother.
Yeah, but because Mario's like a few minutes older.
Ah.
No, it's genuine. Because here, man, even when we had the flashback scene to Baby Luigi, Baby Mario was the same age as Baby Luigi. They're both babies.
That's weird.
It was weird, but that's actually reference to one of the like some of the games, like Baby Luigi and Baby Mario have been a thing. Also, Baby Peach shows up in this.
Sure, of course, yes.
If you want some deep canon, like one of the games imply that these are the Star Children. I've started, so I'll finish. They're like Mario, like Peach, Wario. All of them are like Star Children who, like the stork, like brought to the Magic Mushroom Kingdom, but then at some stage Mario and Luigi end up back in the real world. It's weird, but here you are.
What kind of crack do they smoke at Nintendo?
Hey man, you fucking play Sonic. You have no fucking basis here. Absolute zero.
Well, listen, I'll tell you one thing, right? The one thing, I'll be honest, I did not. I know you are aware of it because you played all of them. I didn't even think Super Mario had lore.
It doesn't really.
Like didn't think there was no backstory. It's just
this. Okay, so like the RPG games and then like Yoshi's Island, they kind of hint at like prequels and backstory and all that. But for like hey, we're gonna jump on things and all that. No, there isn't really plots at all. But like some of the RPGs, yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, you know, the creators have mentioned also like, like Mario and all them, they're all cast members. These are all just different, like, you know, productions they're playing in. Like, none of this is real. And these are all just actors. And it's just like, oh, okay.
What?
Yeah. Because if you played like the third one, you know, the third one, like you see the curtains opening and you see all like the red curtains opening and you see all like clouds and checkerboard ground and all that. Like that's meant to be a stage. And like if you go throughout the game, everything is like it's working on a stage, all like automated.
That's somehow even weirder.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Dear God.
It's like, do you remember when like Mario Odyssey came out and people lost their minds about Mario going to New Donk City where there were normal humans and Mario was so weird looking to them. This is the craziest thing ever. It's like that's the least weird Mario thing to ever happen. You know, there happen to be normal people. It's like,
I'm starting to realize this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they think he's been dragging down his brother. He's very upset. Blah blah blah. And Luigi's like, I will love you till the day I die, Mario, brother. And they
don't ever let go, Mario.
Yeah, and then like something happens. Some water mains breaks, and Mario gets reminded that he's always meant to help save the city. That's his ad, and he feels that quite deeply. They find a green pipe. They get pulled into the Marvel multiverse, Rainbow Bridge, mini-verse, in between realities thing. I felt there was a lot of weird Marvel references in this movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, it's quite Marvel-y. You know, it's like Luigi being knocked off the frost bridge thing in Thor. I think everything just wants to do multiverse as well. That's the weirdest thing. Like it really tried to do the whole, we're all these worlds will be in danger, and there's a wide multiverse out there, and all this kind of stuff. Like, I guess that's probably the easiest way to explain why things are so weird in Mario games. That's a multiverse of realities.
You think they're trying to set up a Nintendo Cinematic Universe type situation?
Oh, 100%. That's why they had Donkey Kong in it. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously Donkey Kong and Mario come from the same roots, but, you know, it's been, like, strongly implied over the years that Donkey Kong and Mario, outside of, like, party games, exist in their own realities far away from each other. Maybe because they don't want to return to the fact that Donkey Kong was a villain and Mario once kidnapped Donkey Kong in the games. So maybe there's
yeah, that's, like, the first time... The first appearance of Mario was as like fighting Donkey Kong in the first Donkey Kong, wasn't it?
Yeah. In the first Donkey Kong game, it's Mario trying to it's Jumpman at the time was like trying to climb up and get Peach from Donkey Kong, and then there was a sequel game where it was Mario having Donkey Kong caged, and Donkey Kong Jr. having to get to the top to save his father.
Yes, and there is a difference in between Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr.
Okay, man, do you want to go down that fucking
No, I
route?
don't. I don't know why I keep. I'm just going to stop asking questions.
Okay, yeah.
I've
I can
accepted
talk about
it.
this.
Nope. I'm just from here on in. I will just accept whatever you tell me as
Man,
lore of Mario.
I'll just start with this. Like, technically, some people say Jumpman is not even Mario. So let's go.
Oh, here. Okay, right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah. Luigi gets captured, and according to the internet, is really horny for Bowser. And Mario is thrown into the Mushroom Kingdom. He meets up with Toad, who seems to be like an adventurous Toad. He like has a pokey stick and he walks around and fights and stuff. And I'll say this: the movie's gorgeous. It's a really beautiful movie. It's like really artistically, really well built, I think.
It looks quite nice.
Cool.
I didn't think it was anything fucking overly special in terms of what it did with its animation, but it's not. It is nicely animated.
I think it's trying to represent what exists in the Mario world. It's done really well in that.
I will say high praise I'm about to give this one. Definitely Illumination's best work.
Yeah.
Very, very low bar, but it's definitely Illumination's best work. Also, I think I was reading somewhere that like part of why Nintendo wanted to finally license out Mario was like something to do with assets for like when they were migrating all the old games to like the Nintendo store thing or something for like digital release or something.
Mm-hmm.
It took them fucking ages, and the guy at Nintendo was like, this would be easier if we just had like a load of video assets that we could use for everything. And that was kind of like part of why they did it, I think. So that's why he started looking into licensing out like Mario and stuff.
Fair enough. I don't understand that reasoning, but I'll take your word for it.
Because I think it's so that like in the future they now have like assets that they can just reuse on all digital platforms, including like Nintendo stores and stuff.
In game.
Yeah, and for other purposes, I guess.
Okay, it's a bit of a I don't know.
That was part of why, like, it's not fully why they made the movie. Consider they were going to let Sony do it at one point, but then that fell apart.
Yeah, okay.
That'd have been weird. Wouldn't imagine Sony making a Nintendo game?
Yeah. Talking about people who are horny for Bowser. Bowser is trying to take over the multiverse. He stole a power star from the Penguins, and he's slowly like making his way to the Mushroom Kingdom. And Peach, who's there, who for some reason these toads found an outsider and decided to raise her and then make her their princess, which is little like, are they like the opposite humans where the concept of the other is actually to like graduate them? It's like, oh yes, we love this other.
You know there a second ago when I said I was going to stop asking questions.
Yes.
What the fuck are the toads?
They're mushroom people.
But why? So Toad, he's named after his race?
Yes, every toad's called either Toad or Toadette.
All of them.
There's some other toads as well, depending on the job you have.
Well, Toad,
like Professor Toad.
Toad calls a random toad that he walks past something else, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Pretty sure he's
Toad.
like B11 or something weird.
Yeah. I'm sure like
Toad's crazy,
like
man.
Mario RPG people will say, oh, actually, they all have unique names and that, but like in general, they're interchangeable. Like we have the main Toad that we know, but all the other Toads are there as well.
Yeah, because it was a little bit confusing at times when like, they were like gonna torture Toad, and Peach was like, no, don't hurt my toads. I was like, no, it's just Toad. His name's not Toads. But
actually, they're a fungus, so they're multicellular and all clones of each other.
So
actually,
Toads.
They're all one being.
He is Toads then. All right, fine.
Bowser's going on with his horny self, trying to take over the world. He's in love with Peach quite a lot, which is, kind of canon to a few things that have happened in games, like even especially later on when we see him, dressed in a wedding suit and all that. That's straight up pulled from Mario Odyssey. Like it's the final level of Mario Odyssey. Spoiler alerts for everyone playing Mario Odyssey for the first time. Um, but yeah, so like they get a lot of like visual things right, and like a lot of like story things fairly right too. Again, story. Anyway, so I think this is the quickest like speed run, wink wink, of Mario, like a character in a movie having to prove themselves through training to be worth tagging along to something. Because I think it happens like 15 minutes into the movie. He's there and he says, okay, let's see what you can do. And like brings him through this torrent obstacle course. Oh yeah, big joke. Mario doesn't like mushrooms.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
Sure was. Yeah. And yeah, he has to do that to prove to Peach that he can come along and like go to the Kong.
Yeah, he has
kingdom.
to do this a full fucking set of trials and learn how to use power-ups and stuff. So he can prove to Peach that he can go on this super casual short walk to the Jungle Kingdom.
But it's not even a short walk. Again, this is why this movie feels like it has so much cut out.
It takes them a couple of days, but like
they go for like 5 different worlds.
But none of them are dangerous. Nothing happens on the way.
Yeah, nothing happens. No,
they just camp out and watch the stars. Like nothing.
There's like a Yoshi
happens.
Stampede, like a few levels that we know. Like it's really weird. Yeah, and nothing happens.
Like the only danger they get into is because Mario challenges Cranky Kong's son to Mortal Kombat, and you're like,
yeah,
what?
Cranky Kong, who now seems to be an old Jewish mother from the Bronx.
Yeah, he's voiced by Fred Armisen.
Yeah. Which I mean, I thought he was fun. Let's not get into the canon of Cranky Kong and who Cranky Kong is and the original Donkey Kong movie.
Diddy Kong was there too.
Yeah, Diddy Kong was there too, and he was told to shut the fuck up.
Cranky Kong doesn't. That means you too, Diddy Kong.
Yeah,
that was. I liked that. That was funny.
Yeah. We see it. Like obviously, they've invented a few more Kongs for this world because there's a kingdom of them now. There's thousands of them. But yeah, we got things like
they have an army, and all of the army has their own go-kart.
yeah. Apparently, like this is where go-karts are made. Is that what they're going for?
Yeah, because there's a Kong that builds custom go-karts for people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I want to say something as well. It is not the many hurtful stereotypes of racism and all that. This is not meant to be racist. But did you get vibes that this was just like Wakanda going to like the gorilla people in the mountains to join them in their army because they needed an army? Because it's literally that.
I mean, not really a connection that I made personally, but yeah, I can see.
You can see it, right?
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
they literally dress up as gorillas in like the Marvel movies, you know. And these are the gorilla army. They need help fight along, side with.
If only those guys in Wakanda had go-karts.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I might have made the news movie good. Anyway,
no, I wouldn't go that far now.
I don't know. I kind of would have made it good, to be honest. if they had to go like a rainbow bridge on that,
I just picture like Black Panther and Thor driving go-karts down the fucking Bifrost.
Yeah, that's a Bifrost. That's the fucking.
Which will happen at some point now, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
Also, like I was watching this movie, like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, like this is made by Disney, and I went, no, wait, it's not made by Disney, so they're not connected to Marvel. Why are they doing so many weird Marvel things here? Even like Mario at the end when he's like in the raccoon suit, he basically does the Tony Stark thing from like the first Avengers movie, where he takes a nuclear weapon and like brings it somewhere else to blow up,
diverts
and
the bomb.
sacrifice himself. Like,
yeah,
he does, right?
That's the fucking. The influence the MCU has on everything now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's just Illumination does it very obvious. Like, you can't help but see it. You know, anyway. So, yeah, arrive there, Mario becomes a furry, convinces the Kongs to join them, and then Peach gets kidnapped. All the they're on the Rainbow Road. The thing that's probably I think most people who are watching the trailer is like, oh, that looks good actually. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah,
It
they're all
was
go
pretty.
karting on the bridge, and yeah, all the Kongs get kidnapped because apparently they can't reverse on the Rainbow Bridge and drive away from the Koopa Troopers that are flying down towards them.
They can't
Uh,
reverse and they can't jump,
no, they can't.
except sometimes.
Then Mario and Donkey Kong have this constant rivalry going on as well. Maybe that's the sequel movie they're trying to make where they're rivals or something.
Kong versus Mario versus
Yeah.
Godzilla.
But I mean,
They announced a new Godzilla and Kong movie yesterday. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I saw it last night. They posted a teaser trailer. It's called Kong X Godzilla fucking Empire of Bones or something along those lines.
Yeah, I saw the poster.
I'm fucking ready. I'm so ready.
But so okay. Anyway, Mario and Donkey Kong fall into the sea. Mario saves Donkey Kong. Donkey, oh my god, you saved me! And then a giant fish comes and swallows them up. And I guess they hate each other inside the stomach, or they talk about how they can't be good enough for their fathers, or something.
Yeah,
and
Donkey Kong's like, my dad hates me. He thinks I'm a failure, and Mario's like, my dad hates me too. And Donkey Kong's like, yeah, well, your dad is right, basically.
But here's the thing, right? If
hate each
Donkey Kong thinks Donkey Kong is a failure, why does he make him like the champion of their kingdom?
Because Donkey Kong has a tie.
Ah, yes.
That's how that works.
Correct.
I think probably.
You remember the original Super Mario Brothers movie where a human the mayor of New York gets de-evolved and it turns into a chimpanzee with a tie on? You never watched the original Super Mario movie?
The 80s thing? No, I haven't.
Oh my god,
no, I don't want to. I don't want to. Never.
Oh,
no
we
interest in it.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
yes,
I
think I liked it more in this movie. Anyway, okay. So they get spit out.
you know who plays the mayor of New York in this one?
Yes. What's her face? Oh god.
Mario's girlfriend.
Yeah. Paula, isn't
Pauline. Just Pauline.
That's it, right?
The jazz singer.
She in the games, Mario Odyssey, she's the mayor of New Donk City. But previously, she was the original princess to be rescued in the first Donkey Kong game.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Pauline.
Yeah. Pauline. Yeah.
She sings.
She wasn't a princess. She was just Pauline.
The theme tune.
Yes, that's it. Which was great. It's a bop.
She sings. Anyway. Well, no, she does. She sings a song in one of them.
In Mario Odyssey. Yeah.
See, I know stuff.
Yeah, you do know stuff. Well, Mario Odyssey was a very popular game that a lot of people talked about.
How they settle on the name Pauline?
I don't know. It's probably one of those things where they were making a game and it's just like, yeah, we need a name. It's like, yeah, just pick your girlfriend's name. All right, cool. And the entire Japanese room went, your girlfriend's name is Pauline?
Yeah, everyone in Japan. What? Where's your girlfriend from, man?
Anyway, let's call
she lives in Canada. You wouldn't know her.
Yeah. So the fish spits out Mario and Donkey Kong while they're on a giant rocket, and they fly back to save the day while Bowser is trying to get married with Peach, and Peach is willing to marry Bowser because her toads are being threatened, and all the Kongs are being thrown into a heap of lava with the suicidal star
Lumily fucking stole the show, that thing. I don't know what that fucking little thing is, whatever game that's from. Lumily.
Mario Odyssey.
Is it an Odyssey?
Yeah.
Lumily stole my heart. I related fucking hard to that little fucking self.
It was very weird. Yeah, it was very, very weird,
mercy. Man. That guy, I thought that was funny. And then the fucking Penguin King just like losing his mind every time it spoke. That was funny.
Yeah. Luigi was there. God, such a waste.
Listen,
Like,
can I ask this a genuine question about Luigi, right? Because I was under the impression that was I don't know much about Luigi. Okay. I always weirdly had a soft spot for him for some reason.
yeah.
Is his thing that he's a coward?
Yeah.
But isn't his main game is him fighting ghosts?
Yeah.
And he gets the scary game?
Yeah.
But he's afraid of everything.
Yes.
I thought it was just like, I don't know. I thought just like this movie, he was shunned by the franchise and he was underappreciated by everybody.
For a while, but then I think he was also then loved again as the underdog, and people like, no, Luigi was my Mario because I was the little brother. You fucking weaklings. I joke. I like Luigi. I like Luigi quite a lot. And I thought he was quite good in this movie. But again, I feel he was wasted. He was literally just like, yeah, we'll just put you in this cage and leave you here for the entire movie, and then we'll get you out later on. All right. And you're going to have a Super Saiyan moment. Don't worry about it.
Which I liked. I liked that they gave him that at the end, though.
Yeah.
I like that it was the two of them. Like, it was the Super Mario Brothers that saved everything.
Yeah, let's skip that then, because, right, so Donkey Kong and Mario come and they get all the Kongs out and they stop the wedding. And like Wario, Jesus, Bowser basically says, "All right, I'm going to nuke you," and he shot this giant bullet bill. And Mario is in his raccoon suit, and he's able to deflect it and make it chase him. Basically, like I said, Iron Man thing from the first Avengers movie, and pushes him into the multiverse. And I think
Peach murders the Bomb King.
Yeah, Bomb King dies
Bomber,
as well. Yeah,
Peach murders him.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, Bomb. King Bomb. But yes, I'm fairly sure Mario destroys the multiverse and everything falls together into one existence as well.
We'll never know. They don't tell you really what's happening.
Yeah,
and nobody
it kind of implies it though.
Nobody
like,
yeah, but like they come to like real world Brooklyn, I guess. And
but that's what happened. But the Bowser Castle is in real world Brooklyn now, so I think the multiverses are all like one now.
But nobody comments on that.
No,
none of the citizens of Brooklyn, even not one of them, is like, is that a giant snapping turtle that is breathing fire?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Like, the parents took it really well. Oh my god, that boy saved the world! And
they all did.
Hold on, if I saw Kazi, right, and I was looking outside the window, and I saw Owen suddenly like being able to jump and glowing with energy and fighting giant reptiles.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit more like,
that's actually what I do for a living most of the time.
So it's Mario is like trying to fight Bowser. Bowser beats absolute hell because apparently now in the real world Mario get hurt, I guess. And like Donkey Kong is trying to fight Bowser, which is again, it's like, I'm glad they brought Luigi and Mario together to fight Bowser at the end, but I kind of would have liked to see a proper fight with like Donkey Kong, Peach, and Mario all like beating down on Bowser and like a big multi-battle thing. I guess they decided not to really. But yeah, like the flames are coming, the Power Star is there, and like Luigi comes out of nowhere and like protects his brother. As long as we are together, we will always win or whatever.
Hold my hand, my love.
Yeah.
We should do this together.
Yeah. They really need to bring it down a bit for the next one, I think.
We can do this as a couple. Couple of brothers.
That's why everyone in their family looks like Mario. It's fucking incestuous as shit. Anyway, and they both take the power.
It's actually because they're Italians as well.
Yeah.
It's not that they're like, oh, you're dragging your brother down with you. It's that a man is supposed to look after his wife.
He's goddamn woke LGBT. He's like, no, this is incest. It's not part of LGBT.
Oh, yeah, this is
right?
There's no. It's the I in the LGBTQI.
Oh, do not say that. Oh no!
I've gone too far. I'm sorry.
That's too far. That's too far.
I said it's not. I said it doesn't stand for that.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't, yeah, that's exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, they
I'll
have
release
that
my
like
apology.
really remember like Mario Kart star power up as Mario and Luigi basically go Super Saiyan. They do. Like that's what goes on. I am surprised, like, Mario has trained, obviously, has trained like obstacles and how to fight a bit with like Peach and that. Luigi is a natural. Like he gets
Oh
right
yeah,
into it.
natural born killer, that guy.
Yeah, yeah, straight up. He just like gets there straight away, and he's able to like do like karate kicks and everything. And yeah, they just punch Bowser at the same time, and it's pretty fucking epic. It's like they fly up in the air, and it's. I'll be real. I replayed I like rewatched that scene a few times on YouTube where I saw a few being uploaded. Like that was a good scene. That was fun.
Has
I'm not gonna
anybody?
hate
Do you
that.
remember the Ultra Instinct thing with Shaggy from Scooby Doo?
Yeah, yeah, there's a bit of that going on,
Has
wasn't
anyone done that for Luigi?
there?
I think they should. I'm putting a call
Hey,
out
man.
there.
Do you just want to like play Mario games so you can play Luigi now?
Maybe no. I would
Yeah.
never. I'd never play a Mario game. I don't think.
Why?
I just had never had much interest in them, to be honest.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's never.
Yeah, I wonder sometimes what defines the whole. Some people go Sonic, some people go Mario. Probably what people bought back Christmas for their children.
It's literally just down to what because Sonic was what I played as a kid, and then Spyro and stuff. Like I just never played anything Nintendo.
stuff,
Like I just never
yeah.
I never had one. So unless it was
Yeah.
like Pokemon on the Game Boy, other than that,
Yeah.
I didn't play anything. So
Anyway, yeah. So they save the day. Now Mario and Luigi work in the Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone's proud of them. And there's a Yoshi egg in the bottom of the Bronx that's hatching, which would be really cool if we
Yeah.
didn't just see like a stampede of Yoshi going
yeah.
across.
I also had questions because I watched this with somebody in the cinema, and I remember turning to them and be like, "So like Yoshi's just a mount,
No.
like Mario is supposed. Do you like ride Yoshi around?
Okay. So yes, you do. Okay.
But
So
he's more than
Yoshi.
that.
Okay. In the original 2D games, Yoshi is pretty much it's a new Yoshi every time they hatch an egg, and they use that as the mount. But I think especially because of the party games on Yoshi's Island, Yoshi became so it's kind of like the Toad deal, right? There's loads of Yoshis. They're all called Yoshi, but there's one Yoshi. Like Toads, there are loads of Toad. They're all called Toad, but there's one Toad.
And the one Yoshi is the green one.
The green one, yeah.
Although, are
And
they all the other ones different
He's more a
colors?
friend. Who's older than both of them?
Older
actually, in
than
the games.
the Marios?
Yeah, because Yoshi's Island is all about Yoshi trying to save baby Mario.
Oh. It's interesting that they did the 1998 Godzilla movie ending.
Yes,
An egg under
it
New
is.
York. Dinosaur
yeah,
egg under New York.
That's very true and weird. Look, I want to ask an obvious question. Like, okay, it is a question to both of us, really. Was this better than the first Sonic movie? I would say no, it's not really. I think I enjoyed the Sonic movie a bit more.
I think I got the Sonic movie more.
Yeah.
As in, like, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, even though I haven't played Super Mario, it's fucking Super Mario. Everybody knows the names and the general, like, I know who Bowser and Princess Peach and stuff are, right? And I did laugh very hard. I think I was the only one at that one when they're walking through the Mushroom Kingdom place and there's a guy in the background selling antiques. And he says, "Of course it works. You just have to blow in it." I thought that was a funny.
That was pretty good.
That was a funny joke. But like, there's a whole host of stuff that you got watching this that I didn't catch as like references. Whereas like watching Sonic, I definitely probably got more of the stuff and was more excited to be like, "Oh my god, yeah, look, they're doing the rings." And but I don't know if they're like probably about the same. They're not like neither of them are bad movies.
No, I don't think they're bad movies. No, not really. Well, you know what? I think I have a problem with maybe it was more obvious for you for the Sonic movie, and maybe it's more obvious to me. But this movie was chock full of references. It was references after references. and they were just references. There was nothing deeper than you know the game, you know this, you know that. Like, if they meant more, like, I like Donkey Kong being in this. I like the fursuit stuff, like those are all things that are part of the game that actually like are references that also matter to the movie. Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but there's a lot in this where I'm just like, it was a lot. It was too many references. I think it just became a game of can you pick, like, get them all? Can you see them all? It's just like,
which is which
go on.
is not a. It's not like. It's not a problem that's like isolated to this movie, though.
Yeah.
I think that's like a big issue with a lot of stuff these days. Everything is just self-referential, fucking like the fuck. Like, okay, so The Mandalorian ended this week.
Yes.
The newest season. Did you watch it?
I did. Should we do a spoiler thing before people continue here?
I'm not going to really spoil anything. I'm just saying that I've said this before a bunch of times that's Star Wars now is the Super Mario movie.
Yeah.
It's just constant, like, hey, remember this thing?
I mean, I
look,
think
it's
even
this guy.
with,
And it's
again,
like,
not to go into this, but like the villain at this and how he explains what he wanted to do in The Mandalorian. It's like, we're going to take this, we're going to take that, we're going to take this, and then smush it all together. It's just a bit like...
Yeah, and it was just like, my only, not to harp on about The Mandalorian too much, but you remember in season 1 when that show, like, had a director of photography and stuff?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Like, looked nice, and now it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's weird. No. Anyway, yeah, but I just think, I get what you're saying, that there is a lot of references in it. It's just like, it didn't feel that way to me, probably because I didn't get a lot of them. I didn't see, like, most of the time, as in I wasn't that familiar with what they were referencing, so I didn't. Yeah. I kind of just glanced over it and didn't think much of it. Like,
I guess I probably would have preferred it if first of all, this movie needed a bit more time. I think it's a very short movie. I think, like, look, it really just felt like, it was speeding away from us as was going along. I would have liked a slower start. Like, they just got thrown into the action super fast. I don't know. Like, if we started from like a very neutral position and slowly worked our way up, I think I would appreciate more, rather than like, hey, here's a reference going to get you to another reference, it's going to get you to another reference, it's going to get you to another reference, and it's just like, yeah, I know. As for performances, I thought Chris Pratt was all right. I still don't think they should have cast him for Mario. I still think it's a cheap way of, like, well, not cheap way at all. It's a very expensive way. Bringing a very, high-paid actor that a lot of people know. Oh my god, I want to see it. I understand why people don't want Martinet in it. Martinet, I should say, because I imagine Mario's voice would get a little bit aggravating, like, for like an hour and so whole movie. But like, I think there was a in-between sort of Italian-esque accent that could have been played here, a little bit closer to Mario. I still think it's like just poor casting just to get the numbers into seats. As for like Princess Peach, it was grand. I think they went a bit girl boss in this, because she was absolutely excellent at everything and succeeded at everything she did, and Peach was badass.
Peach could have done it on her own.
Yeah, pretty much. And again, that's nothing against, like, just to make it clear.
No,
it's not a sexist thing here.
I'm praising her.
Yeah.
Peach was cool in this. She could have taken Bowser by herself. Like, I don't really think she needed to go to all the trouble with the Kongs.
She basically took the wedding party, didn't she?
She almost had him.
The bosses ever.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
she did. She got that ice power that I didn't know was a thing, and like basically won. Yeah.
Charlie Day as Luigi, great. I thought he played Luigi really well for when Luigi was on screen. I thought it was really, like, he really put his heart and soul into this, but dude needed more screen time. Like, genuinely, it's kind of sad. The movie's called Super Mario Brothers. It would have been cool if the brothers were a bit more together, fight alongside each other.
I think they were. I think it was going okay at the start, like, because they did. I mean, they were together, and then even when they first got separated, they did like cut back to Luigi, to see what he was doing, and then as soon as he gets like kidnapped, or like whatever. You don't really see him again until the end, apart from like
we
apart
see
from
him
like
in the cage, and
well,
that's
like
it.
Bowser like pulls his mustache off briefly, and then
Yeah.
that's kind of it. Like,
Yeah. Talking about Bowser, Jack Black was superb. Like, I mean, I don't think it was ever going to be a question that Jack Black wasn't going to do an amazing job.
yeah, brilliant. It
Job
was great
as
casting.
Bowser.
Yeah, great. That was
Yeah.
great casting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, kind of forget that Keegan Michael Key played Toad.
Got him. He was good.
Just
Yeah,
pretty spot on.
he did very good.
Meanwhile,
Seth
I was
Rogen.
fully aware that Seth Rogen played Donkey Kong at every single second of the character on screen.
Yeah.
it
does-
really did not melt away.
Does Donkey
know?
Kong in like the Donkey Kong games have a voice and like talk and stuff like?
In some of the games, he has like, okay, that's like, he has a bit of a voice, like, you know, he does mostly monkey noises and like gruff, like,
Yeah. So, but as in like, there's not like, it's say for like Chris Pratt
he
and
doesn't
Mario,
sit back and,
like,
oh Mario, how are you? He doesn't do that. No.
yeah, like so there's not like a voice that like Seth Rogen could have gone for to like
No.
like yeah, okay.
Yeah, like look, they hired Seth Rogen was Donkey Kong sounded like Seth Rogen in this. That's it. This
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Chris Pratt. They just brought in. They did the Seth Rogen laugh. You know, it's whatever. Like a lot of this was stunt cast. I mean, even with Keegan Michael Key, you didn't need to hire him to do that voice. It would have been completely fine with any other voice actor to do that. You know, I thought actually Anya Taylor-Joy did a really like nice voice for Peach. You know, that worked. You know, kind of similar to a voice in the games. It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was her like.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Only, well, it was her.
I mean,
it was
to be fair,
her
it's
American.
her. Yeah, you know, it's Princess Anya Taylor-Joy Peach Toadstool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anya Toadstool Joy. That's her name.
yeah, folks, if you're thinking about watching this movie and you have watched Mario, yeah, even if you haven't watched Mario, you're aware of Mario. There's not a person on this planet who doesn't know about Mario. It's a huge success overall. It's a fun movie. It's a bit fast. You know, if you missed it, don't be too upset either. It's all right. You know, it's not going to change your life. It's not going to be your favorite like animated movie anytime soon. But yeah, that's kind of my view on it anyway. Should we give into our last thoughts?
Sure.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
I really need to label these buttons.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, yeah. Here, what were your last thoughts on this?
I liked it, to be honest. I thought it was fun. Like, it's not fucking gonna change the trajectory of movie history or anything. It's not. It's not
maybe
like
music history.
Well, that peaches. That's like in the Billboard charts at the moment. I feel like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's absolutely 100 million% going to be another 2 or 3 of these.
Easily.
It's made a lot of money. It's like approaching $1 billion. Well, it's still quite far off, but it's like $800 million worldwide or something off $100 million budget. Like they're definitely making another 7 of them. Illumination now has a 4th franchise because that's all they do is make sequels to. To Minions and Secret Life of Pets 7 and whatever the fuck else they're doing. Like, that's it. They will now be making Super Mario Brothers 2, 3, fucking whatever spin-off they can conjure up. Like, it's gonna happen. Donkey Kong or fucking
Wario.
Bowser's Big Day Out or whatever. I don't know. They'll just like it's gonna happen. I get used to it. People like it. It's super popular with kids, I think, as well. I know a lot of people even... Now, when I went to here, I went like yesterday evening and there was nobody at this thing. But I know from just anecdotally talking to people with kids that their kids like loved it. Like they were just glued to it for the whole thing. Probably because it's big and loud and funny and it's got lots of pretty colors and stuff. But yeah, it's fine. I had a good time watching it. I thought it was funny. Everybody was kind of on the same page that I watched it with. Was like, it was fun. I quite liked it. It was funny. It's yeah, fine. Good job. Fairly okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I kind of gave my last thoughts already in the previous section. So yeah, I'd say like go watch it if you're into Mario. You know, you can wait for it to come out on DVD. That's fine as well. I think that's it.
Well,
All right, folks.
That's-
We'll talk to you another day.
we'll see you
Goodbye.
guys later. Bye bye. Psych! We're not going anywhere.
What?
We're doing another movie. You thought we were leaving, but we're not. We are staying here forever. We are going to let this thing run. No, we said we were going to do the Dungeons and Dragons movie. And true to our word, we're going to talk about it now at the end of Super Mario Brothers for some odd reason. Dan, roll for review, please.
Okay. I got 13.
Oh, you were kind of so about it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons, for anybody who don't know, is Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, to give it its full weird title, is based on Dungeons and Dragons, the tabletop role-playing game that I think we've mentioned a couple of times.
In a Satanist churches, yes.
We have, yes, we are Satanists and we play Dungeons and Dragons. And this is based. Okay, so they've tried to make Dungeons and Dragons stuff before. There was an animated thing in the 80s, and then there was a movie in 2000 that was terrible. And then there's this one, which feels a lot more like it's not based on the game, it's based on the lore of the games, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which works a lot better.
It also feels definitely more in that rather than these being, I know it's kind of contradicts what you're saying, but rather than these being characters that are in the large lore of the in-game world, they do feel a lot more familiar to like characters we've played as players.
They are, yeah, like the characters, the roster of characters are like, their names aren't important really. They're like they're all just kind of like, they are classes as you would play in the game. But sorry, it's directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. John Francis Daly, who is an actor as well. He was in Freaks and Geeks years ago with a certain Mr. Seth Rogen. Screenplay by also those two and Michael Giglio, based on Dungeons and Dragons, which is currently owned by Hasbro. And it stars...
It sure is.
Yes. And it stars Christopher Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Regé-Jean Page, Justice Smith, and Sophia Lillis, and Hugh Grant is in this.
Yes. God, Hugh Grant was a treasure in this. Oh,
he was. Both he and Regé-Jean Page stole the show for me. They were the best things about this thing. And it's essentially, Chris Pine is a guy and he's a thief, but he's not he wasn't always a thief. He's got a backstory, as we do in Dungeons and Dragons.
he was part. What was this backstory?
He's got a tragic backstory. He was part of the fucking oh God, what are they called? Shit. I should have had this in front of me. It's gone now. The Harpers, who are like
they're, if I remember right, they are, I shouldn't say if they remember right, I'm fairly sure I talked to someone about this like 2 days ago, but if I remember right, they're in the Mines of Fandelier. The Harpers,
the Lost Mines of Fandelver. Yeah, they're in lots of stuff. They're in they are a thing in current 5e lore and obviously previous iterations of the game. They are like a guild of like spies and assassins and stuff who
they're about to do good.
Say sometimes they're not good, I think. It depends on what you're reading. I think so in the one that I was running, the name of which the module I can't remember, they're like an optional, they could be the bad guys kind of thing in it, but it is what it is. But he works for the Harpers. They're like the good guys in the movie who are like trying to like Robin Hood type people, I guess.
Yeah.
And he has a tragic incident and his wife dies and he becomes an actual thief, and he meets.
He has a child.
He had a child. And that's the tragic incident. What's your tragic backstory, Chris Pine? I had a kid. Oh no. And Michelle Rodriguez is the barbarian. Justice Smith is a sorcerer who can't get it up, basically. Sophia Lillis is...
Hey, if we're going to make weird things by each character, all right, the barbarian is into small dudes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give it everyone a weird thing, all right?
Okay, sorry. Okay. Michelle Rodriguez is the barbarian who is a big woman who likes little tiny people.
And by little tiny men, we mean like...
I mean halflings. Yeah, I don't mean...
Yeah, we don't mean just short guys.
No.
You're all kings, all right?
He likes halflings, the race of tiny people.
They were smaller than halflings, though. Weren't they? Really?
So this is... I checked this afterwards. Halflings are the smallest race in Dungeons & Dragons.
Smaller gnomes?
Yeah. Apparently.
Really?
Apparently, halflings, like, are on average the smallest peoples.
Huh.
So, don't know. They weren't gnomes anyway, I don't think. They didn't look too gnomey.
No, they were human proportioned.
Yeah, they're just tiny. Sophia Lillis is the least tiefling-looking tiefling druid ever.
Yeah.
She's a tiefling, which are like half demon species that generally have like purple skin and scales and stuff. And in this one, they decided to make her look like Keyleth from Critical Role. She just has red hair and horns. Or antler-like horns.
She was raised by elf.
Yeah, and that's her shtick. And then Hugh Grant. What class is Hugh Grant?
I would say like a wizard or something, right?
He doesn't do magic.
Is he a bard?
Is he a bard?
No,
but Chris Pine is a bard. Is he a rogue that just put all his points into charisma?
Could be.
That's what I was getting from him, because he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't fight he just talks to people.
Yeah. Keep talking, and I'll look up this.
Okay. All right. And then Regis-Jean Page is a paladin, but he's a DMPC in this. A DMPC meaning he's a player character, but he's controlled by the DM. Basically, he's not really a character. He's fucking hilarious in this. I thought he was so funny. Paladin, of course, being a man of God, and he's like the ever righteous. Everything I do is perfect kind of thing. But
for reference, that only Owen and I and any of our friends who don't listen to this podcast will know. Like, give me like heavy Oceanus vibes from our game. Like, it was Oceanus, right?
Yeah, I get
So apparently Hugh Grant was a rogue.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Because I was thinking about it while I was watching the movie. I was trying to peg him, and that's the best I could come up with was a rogue who just doesn't fight, just talks a lot.
He does throw something out when they're like on horseback trying to escape or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically the story is Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez. Again, I don't know their characters' names, and I'm not going to bother trying. They're just who they are, all right?
One of them calls the child Bug.
The bard and the barbarian are in prison. Yeah. And they break out of
Icewind. Woo!
They're in Icewind Dale in prison, yeah. And they break out, and Chris Pine is trying to find his daughter, who he left with Hugh Grant when he got
It was a
killed.
good joke, though. Hold on, you can't skip over the joke when they escape.
Oh, they
literally take one of the guards out. I was like, "We're gonna get you out."
They escape by grabbing. So they're being judged about whether or not they're going to be released.
Parole.
Yeah, their parole hearing is on, and they're at the top of a big tower, and there's a window in it, and they're waiting because one of the judges, they've been told, has wings. They're a flying species called Aarakocras. We don't know this until the person walks into the room. They just keep stalling and going, no, we have to wait for Jonathan. We can't do this without Jonathan. He knows me. And Jonathan walks in, has wings. They grab him, jump out the window with him, and force him to fly them down to the ground. And then afterwards, they reach the bottom, and one of the other judges goes, "We were going to let you go." Not anymore. They're trying to find Hugh Grant because he has Chris Pine's daughter. Turns out Hugh Grant has finagled his way into being the Lord of Neverwinter now. Neverwinter, also a place we've been in other games. And he's the bad guy now, I guess. He's brainwashed Chris Pine's daughter, and he's got an evil red wizard working for him who wants to take over the world and release Vecna or whatever the fuck they're doing. And
You
they
know,
have to,
I
they have
found
to
like a
get
plot
the-
hole there though, right? Because
Right.
like Bug, the daughter, does not trust her dad at all. Like she's, oh no, you left me, but she hugs her barbarian stepmother like a lot, and it's all like, oh,
Yeah.
like, couldn't she just go like, no, Bug, for real? Like your dad was doing the right thing. You clearly still trust me, and you still talk to me. You know, it's okay.
She tried, and then Hugh Grant tricks her again with his trickery.
Okay.
He rolled pretty
All
high
right.
on his persuasion check in that one.
Okay.
He's like, no,
I
well,
suppose you wouldn't
what-
beat a
what,
easy beat a
yeah,
barbarian.
I mean, a barbarian and a rogue with high charisma going trying to win an argument is not really going to go well for the barbarian. But that's essentially, so they have to get the band back together. They got to go find Justice Smith and the druid because they need her because she can turn into animals, and there's a whole thing about her turning into an owl bear that people hated because it's against the rules. But this isn't the game. This is a movie, people. Shut up. And then it's just like, in all honesty, we've been talking for a long time now already about Super Mario, so I'm not going to spend ages on this. It's a pretty fun movie. I think that there are there's stuff in this that so when I went to see it, I went to see it with somebody who has no idea, never played Dungeons and Dragons, has no idea, just like no real concept of any of it. And he thought it was fun. He just thought it was a really fun kind of like adventure, sort of like an old school fantasy type thing. Whereas when I was watching it, there was like references and stuff in it that I was like, yeah, that's funny. Look, it's the gelatinous cube, and look, hey, that's the big fat dragon that's there. Oh, look, that's Volo. That's the guy who writes the monster book. That's his portrait and stuff like that in it. So there's enough in it for both, I guess.
Were you getting ideas for like campaigns watching this movie? Like saying, I could do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, in places. There was some pretty
Yeah.
fun stuff in it, to be honest. It was, I will say, at the end of it, the whole thing, when you think back on it, is the characters like it's a full campaign of them going from level 1 to level 20.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of it, they're suddenly all fucking like overpowered badasses.
Yeah,
Like,
especially wizard dude. Like suddenly, like, I
fucking-
can create a
yeah.
hand to fight this fucking
Yeah.
evil horrible bitch.
I can counterspell everything now. I'm a fucking badass.
Yeah.
This one, unfortunately, did not make any money.
Did it not?
No.
Oh, really?
The budget for this was apparently 150 million, and
All right.
it grossed about 158 at the box office
Oh
worldwide.
no.
So reviews were good. People liked it, but nobody cared about a Dungeons and Dragons movie. To be quite honest, nobody went to see it.
That's a shame. 'Cause
It is a shame.
It's
Yeah,
a decent movie.
it is a shame. It was quite well done, and it actually felt they put some real effort into it. Like they thought about what they were doing. It wasn't just like a fucking throwaway like cash grab of, oh, Dungeons and Dragons is really popular again, let's make a fucking thing about it. Which thankfully for them it wasn't, because it didn't make any money. But yeah, it was cool. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of sad.
It is a bit sad because, I mean, is Chris Pine just like cursed or something? Because he's always in very enjoyable movies. Movies I think are great, and then those movies just don't do that well sometimes.
I mean, his Star Treks did pretty well, didn't they? Did they?
Yeah, but we're still waiting on Star Trek 4.
Oh, that's been cancelled, surely.
No, it has been brought back and it's
Oh,
been cancelled.
really?
It's been brought and it's been cancelled. I think it's at the brought back thing at the moment.
Yeah, give me more J.J. Abrams.
Oh,
Star
by the
Trek.
way,
Come
anyone
on.
who's into Star Trek, watch season 3 Picard. I know the first 2 seasons was shit. Watch season 3. Mwah, molto bene. Anyway,
I've
continue.
heard that. Yeah,
genuinely fucking fantastic. I've never seen a show like do such a 180 and save itself. It's so good that it's annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, where was this for the first 2 seasons? I wish this season was shit. So it could just be fucking just layered as a, no, this is all bad, forget about it. But no, season 3 is really fucking good. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess Chris Pine's had a rough go of it lately, huh?
He has.
How come he's never gotten a Marvel thing?
Think of the second Wonder Woman movie he was in.
That's why he's never gotten a Marvel thing.
Yeah.
He did fucking Wonder Woman, and the second one is the worst movie ever until whatever DC brought out afterwards.
Listen to our review of Wonder Woman 2.
Our full review, Wonder Woman 1984, is live on YouTube. Spoiler alert, we fucking hated it.
Oh, we really did. No, let's not go into it. I'm trying to jump on things that I might have liked. I like Chris Pine in it. He's good.
He's certainly in it.
He uses a woman, uses another man's body to have sex with someone, which is very sure goes to sexual assault. But never mind. Anyway, let's continue.
Ooh, I totally forgot about that. Jesus.
Yeah. It's okay though. She's Wonder Woman's hot.
No. Sorry. Okay, back to Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
Look, first we talk about incest in the Mario movie. Now we talk about this. Is not even part of the movie.
I said it wasn't stands for incest. Jesus.
Oh god.
Oh, this is where I've finally done it. Finally, after all these years, I've said it. I've said, come and get me. No, yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I mean, look again. I honest to God, I felt the almost exact same way as I felt about the Super Mario Brothers movie after watching this. In that, like, it's a good movie. It's fun. Like, there's nothing really too fucking heavy or serious happening at any particular moment. It doesn't do anything crazy. It does some stuff really well. I think they blended like practical effects with CG and stuff really well in this. Like the rug of smothering thing or whatever. No, the quicksand thing that they fall into when the floor turns into sand. When the wizard turns, like that was a practical effect.
Oh,
they did with I can't remember how they did it. They basically had like they used like air, so the floor, the top layer of the floor was really thin. All the sand was underneath, and they had a big like air gun. And when they stand on it, they like turn on all the air, and it blows all the sand up. And they like it's really cool. So some stuff like that was really good. Like the references to Dungeons and Dragons things was fun. There's a cameo from the cast of the 1980s animated one.
Yes, they were in the labyrinth.
Yeah, and it's the actual actors dressed as the characters they voiced in the animated one, which is cool. It's like a 2-second quick little shot of them. I'm pretty sure they die instantly. Yeah.
No, they don't. They last for quite. They last till like the end of the labyrinth, I think. Yeah.
Do they? Well, maybe one of them gets eaten by a displacer beast. Who knows?
Yeah.
Multiple people do.
True. They were cool. The displacer beast.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool. There's it's a good fun
it's a
movie.
Good time.
The big fat dragon was funny. Timber Chode, who is a thing from Dungeons and Dragons lore, also. He is a dragon that people would be familiar with. Look, again, I'd be honest, the reason we kind of like switched to Super Mario is because of this exact instance where I don't really have a lot to say about Dungeons and Dragons. We were trying to come up with like a really interesting way to talk about it, and we had some vague notions of doing like rolling dice for opinions and stuff, and it just didn't pan out. But I wanted to talk about it briefly, give you guys a little extra review at the end of this one.
Yeah, I definitely recommend people like go out and see it if you can. Get on DVD if you can. Do people still do DVDs? Are DVDs gone?
They are gone, and lots of people are very sad about it.
Okay, so Blu-ray or download that when it comes out.
Blu-rays are even less available.
Okay, watch the movie in whatever fashion you
Physical
may like.
media is dead, basically.
Stream it, I guess.
It's probably on streaming already, I would assume. Like, most things are pretty quickly these days.
Yeah. So, like, do that, folks. It's a fun movie. Like, it's there. Yeah, everyone seems to enjoy making this movie as well. They all seem very much like to be having fun with it. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Anything else you want to add?
We're not doing a third movie today.
We're not doing a third movie. We may not ever do a movie ever again. There may not be any more movies because
Yes.
the Writers Guild of America are going on strike.
Yeah. And I support them if it means better
Fully-
movies, and obviously, in general, support
Yep,
them too.
Fully
But,
support them. The last time it happened, a bunch of TV shows got like postponed and cancelled and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what gets fucked around this time.
Wasn't Doctor
Strike
Horrible
happens.
made last time it happened?
The web thing that fucking
Yeah.
what's his name did? I think you could be right, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh, quite some time ago now.
but Pushing Daisies was cancelled
It was, which was a great show.
after
Fucking love
seven
Pushing
seven episodes or something. So
It wasn't like what's the one where the guy collects souls for the devil? Reaper.
was that also because of the strike?
I think it had 2 seasons and then just disappeared because people quite like that.
That was a good show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun to see what happens now to, say, for instance, all of the fucking Disney, like all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff that they have planned, like how much of that gets like shifted to new release dates or like cancelled or so yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that one. Updates to follow. Not sure what we're doing next, but we will return
Yes, we will.
bigger and stronger than ever.
Let us know if there's any movies or anything we should check out in the next while. We might review it. And yeah, folks, look after yourselves and have a good time. Bye from me.
Bye, for real this time.
Asher, look. It'll be grand.